There's a special kind of rage that hits you when you realize someone stole from you while you were asleep. Not confronted you. Not desperate and honest. But quiet. Sneaky. Cowardly. I stood there in the cold morning air, staring under my truck. Wires dangling. Fresh cuts. Metal gone. My chest felt tight. My jaw locked. It wasn't even just the money, though replacing hollowed-out cats isn't cheap. It was the audacity. Someone had been on my property. Under my truck. At nearly 3 a.m, and they thought they'd gotten away with it. Here's the thing criminals always forget. They're never as smart as they think they are. My neighbor had cameras. Good ones. Clear footage. No masks. No misteri. 2 local kids. Everyone in the area knew them. They cruised around town in a beat-to-hell retired police Crown Victoria, rattling, sagging, windows down, bass thumping like it was trying to shake the bolts loose. No plats. No insurance. No working taillights. Just noise, smoke, and bad decisions. I watched the footage again and again, feeling that anger simmer. But instead of calling the cops right away, I paused. And that's when I decided something important. No. I'm not just reporting this. I'm going to let them destroy themselves. I made one phone call. A friend of mine works in code enforcement. I told him exactly what happened, and exactly what I planned to do. He laughed. Then said, "That car? Yeah. That's a nuisance tow waiting to happen." And just like that, the plan was in motion. The police were informed. Everything was clean. Legal. By the book. All I had to do was wait. A few days later, I spotted it. That same busted Crown Vic sitting quietly on a side street. No plats. No movement. Just begging for attention. I felt my pulse pick up. I made the call. Approval granted. Tow truck dispatched. As it rolled away, chains clanking, tires squealing slightly against the pavement, I felt something lift off my chest. Not joy. I took the car straight to the police station. They ran the VIN. And oh, it got better. The car hadn't been registered since 2011. The owner wasn't even one of the kids. Turns out someone sold them the car without a title, because the back registration fees were so high it wasn't worth paying. The cops looked at me and said the magic words. "You can take it to the junkyard. We'll issue a certificate of destruction." Game over. While all this was happening, the 2 idiots were tearing the town apart, looking for their car. They were convinced one of their friends stole it as a prank. After all, the lock was so worn out you could start it with any key. I almost felt bad. Almost. They eventually tracked it down to the junkyard. And in one last act of stupidity, they tried to steal it back. One of them distracted the owner. The other tried to jump in the car. What they didn't know, the junkyard had been warned. The drive shaft was already cut. Police were called. Arrests were made. And then, they had to watch. A crane rolled over. Steel cables tightened. And right in front of them, that Crown Vic was lifted, twisted, and ripped apart. Panels peeled like tin foil. Glass shattered. Metal screamed. When I saw the remains later, it looked like a toddler had dismantled it out of curiosity. Just a bare frame left behind. Poetic. They got out of jail. But they don't go anywhere now. Haven't left their trailer. I drove by recently. Guess what was sitting in the driveway? A beat-up Jeep Liberty. No plats. No registration. And this time, I'm already working with the cops. And I won't miss the show next time. This wasn't screaming. This wasn't fists. This was quiet, patient, legal destruction. They stole from me thinking they were invisible. Instead, they watched their entire operation, their ride, their freedom, their identity, get crushed in front of them. No sreds. No confrontation. Just consequences. And for the first time